Hey guys, my name is Jocelyn Lata and I'm interning this summer at Miami Park, which is a part of Miami-Dade Parks and Disability Services. This agency is a community location that offers a summer camp for children with disabilities, and the populations we work with are children with autism, Down syndrome, ADHD, and developmental and intellectual disabilities. The park is located right behind the FIU MMC campus, and it's where the grounds for the youth fair are. Most of the activities are performed in the recreational building, as well as the soccer fields for morning walks and playtime. And we also utilize the park's pool a lot, which is right across the street, and we participate in a lot of fun and different field trips. Just like with most children, it's a struggle to keep them interested in an activity for longer periods of time. I feel that the biggest struggle with this population is finding activities that are age appropriate and that the participants really want to engage in. Like just when others are starting to get ready, starting to get engaged in the activity, some are already getting kind of bored and they're complaining that it's for little kids. So I've noticed that this is usually overcome by introducing structure and providing them with a visual schedule so that they have something to look forward to. We have like a board and we write with an expo marker, we write the schedule for the day. And they start to look over at the schedule and they think like, okay, yay, we start getting ready for the pool in 5 minutes. And it actually kind of helps them to really sit back and enjoy finishing up the activity that they have in front of them because they know that another one is coming soon. I've also realized that it's important to try to keep the activities like short and with simple one-step commands. And it's also important to like observe and listen to the things that they say they enjoy doing. Like a student mentioning that they like to jump rope or do puzzles, and sometimes it's a matter of introducing new games and activities and evaluating the situation. Like, are they engaging in it? Are they enjoying it? Or are the majority of them just not paying any mind to it? So another intern and I began a project with some fitness trackers that were donated to the park as an incentive for the kids to stay active. We kept track of their steps and calculated individual and group goals that they needed to get like a little reward. The way it worked was that the actual packaging of the fitness trackers came with three different colored bands, a black one, a purple one, and a bright blue one. And the reward every week was moving up in band colors, which went in that order, the black, purple, and the blue. And if they would beat their individual goal by the end of the week, they would start the next week with the higher colored band. And while it was effective and kept a lot of the kids motivated, I would also say that it was the most challenging because it was such a new project. It took some trial and error because some students didn't want to try it at all, or some of them who tried it then decided that they didn't like the feeling of having the band on. So while for some of them it was an effective facilitation technique for motivating them to stay active, it was challenging to use it for all individuals because not all of them wanted to participate. So out of many great moments, I would have to say that the greatest moment I had with a client was when we went on a kayaking field trip. Each participant was partnered up with a staff or an intern. And prior to the field trip, I hadn't really gotten the chance yet to communicate a lot with the individual that I was partnered up with. So while we were kayaking, it was really fun to see him in like a different environment and just having an awesome time. We had a lot of conversation about things we had in common, like sports, and we were really synchronized about how we were going to maneuver the kayak and what directions we wanted to go. Did we want to go to the buoy over there? And, we were just always on the same page. Uh, it was like the start of a lot of great conversations with him throughout the internship. I would get there and he'd be like, "Hey, did you catch that game?" So it was just really fun, and it was the start of a really great moment. I feel that my supervisor's greatest strength as a therapist is her love and dedication for what she does. She always makes sure she follows through with her ideas and she pushes for things to be done correctly. She's also really innovative, and she started like a lot of programs through Miami-Dade Parks throughout the years, like a hand cycling program, a water exercise program, as well as a program for adults with disabilities, and I'm sure, so many more. I've actually had the opportunity to volunteer at the Adults with Disabilities program at 80 Barnes Park, and it was a really awesome experience. It was just like a very smooth experience. They were telling me that the individuals that participate in those programs, they've been a part of it for so many years because they have so much structure and fun experiences, and it's hard to find something like it. And I think it's awesome that she passes the program on and it continues down to the next therapist while she goes and creates like a new, different program. I also think that when it comes to planning field trips for the summer camp. She thinks very out of the box. She genuinely loves planning for field trips to places that many participants probably don't get the chance to experience outside of the camp. One time we went to a fish farm, which was something that not even I had ever experienced. And also, like with the kayaking and the snorkeling, or even today, we went to an archery range. So I really respect her push to start new programs and to follow through with her ideas. This internship and previously working as a PE coach makes me feel that my greatest strength as a future therapist would be my critical thinking skills. I've felt that I'm pretty good at noticing when an activity isn't engaging the participants, and I can quickly adapt to that situation and try to find something else that works. I've always felt that while it might be easy to have a plan on paper and stick to that, you have to be able to adjust to unexpected situations. It's important for the kids to be engaged, and you have to have an open ear and listen for things that they're saying they enjoy or things that you observe that they always lean towards. For example, one day we were having a conversation about jump ropes, and a participant comes up to me and says, I love jump roping, but I don't get the chance to do it very often, or I don't get the chance to do it at home. And right then and there, I brought out the jump rope during their free play, and they spent an hour or two jump roping and trying new tricks. Uh, and when planning for an activity, I feel like it's important to think of all aspects when applying it to your particular group, um, and see if it'll work and have alternative plans just in case. Like another example was when I was asked to perform a Sparks activity with the kids. When I was reading through the instructions for the activity, it seemed like the participants would be running into each other, and so I adapted the activity to be performed stationary. And then while executing the activity, I started to notice that the kids were getting confused, so I changed the game to where the instructions could be one-step commands, and it turned out to be great, and everybody could participate. So I feel that would be I feel like my ability to recognize things like that would be my greatest strength as a therapist.